Guys, I have lost all of my aura. So sad to say this, but today we got cooked. Let's just get right into it. Oh, my bad. Hold up. Yep, that's what we're here to talk about today. So basically, what happened was right here we start ripping off rip, market open. I've seen this coming. So when you see this, right, I always put a Fibonacci tool, use 0.25. That's a potential entry. It was also a negative one standard deviation of this price leg. So that would have been a great area to enter longs, which I thought about and I just didn't do. Um, then it would have went up, and I could have targeted all these highs that I had marked out, which would have been a great trade. I wish this is the trade I just stuck with because I've seen this model happen multiple times. Really run higher, and then this is something I was looking at last night, and I wanted to see if I could implement it today. It's the first prominent fair value gap inside of the macro, which I call the alpha gap, which is stupid. I like the prominent gap, but it doesn't really have a name. So it would be this fair value gap right here because you go macro starts 950. Literally, the macro starts at 950. Creates a relatively massive or like big usable fair value gap. So I marked that out, and I would want to see price extend or reject off that fair value gap, and this basically would push price higher or push price lower. It actually did both today. We were such in a high premium, and I had a feeling that this wasn't going to work out just because of that, because it normally doesn't. Like, we're too high in a premium. Why would we just come back down to this fair value gap and run higher? It makes more sense to come down, take out internal lows, enter fair value gap, and then use it on the way back up, which is what it did. Which is what it did. You can see here. We close above and get and tap back into it and go higher. Let me just clear this. I don't need this. But we also came up here, closed above consequent encroachment, came back down to the consequent encroachment, tapped it. That could be another entry. And then we also had this bearish fair value gap right here, which made an inversion and then tap back into it, go higher. So there's those that if I would have just waited instead of just I longed here, went higher, stopped out, of course. And then I went short here because I said, okay, we're not using it for long purposes. Maybe we'll use it for short purposes, which didn't make sense because of how bullish we were today. So that was just me trying to do something new and getting burnt out because I wasn't implementing what I normally look for. Because all this is bullish. All of this price action is bullish. There's no reason for me to take any shorts here. So by taking shorts, I basically locked in that I was going to lose today. If I would have just waited for the long setup, I would have been here looking at these wicks, seeing that we're respecting consequent encroachment, we're not going below consequent encroachment, we're not closing below consequent encroachment, nothing. And then I could have entered a long position once I seen this fair value gap go above and then come back down into. And it would have looked something like that. Straight for those highs, and that would be game. I mean, we also have this rally gap. Maybe we'll respect it, continue higher, right? Maybe into here, right? Potentially. But that's it for the day for me. I came in the day. I was pretty confident today. I wanted to look for this fair value gap and see how price used it, and I just jumped the gun, and I figured, okay, I get stopped out one way. It's gonna reverse go the other way. And are you guys even looking at the right screen? Okay, you are. Yeah. I'm expecting price to continue higher maybe off here. I Honestly, wouldn't doubt it because we do have this high. We just tapped. Let's go out, sweep out that high, bro. But it's so lame. I spent all my bread and now I can't trade. And last night I decided to try to trade. Was it Asian or PM? And also lost on that too. So the $800 I made yesterday ended up being only 350. So there's that too. But it's okay because I just have to make all that money back now, which is pretty lame. I'm just not trading good yesterday and today. It was stupid. I could have easily been up $700 from yesterday, and then I mean today's today. I wanted to see that trade work, and I lost the first one going the first direction, going long. So I figured if I just double it down, I'll just go break even, and it actually ended up just taking out my stock completely, and we lost in both ways, in both directions. So there's nothing I can really do anymore because maximum loss limit. But I hope y'all found something today. Just sucks that I lost today. And I don't know. I tried to trade yesterday in PM, and every time I try to trade outside of the New York Open, I just lose because I either lose or I'm gambling. Because I don't really study that. I don't study that part of the market. I know it's essentially the same, but to me, it feels like it just isn't. It just isn't the same, to be honest. I like to see this trade plays out. It might not go all the way up here, but I already did go back up in both fair value got. See, if I was still in this trade, if I was in this trade, I'd be closing it out relatively soon. I would at least want that. Holy shit, I'm still recording. My bad, y'all. Y'all have a good day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, God willing, and stay productive, stay locked in, stay focused, stay on these charts, keep studying. One day we gonna make it. Not every day's gonna be a red day, but we're working towards the consistent green days. Love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces, y'all.